guys, thank you so much for joining me today on the meditation channel. Hi, welcome. So this is your reading, all of the signs of the zodiac for February 2025. So timestamps will be below and let's begin. Hey Aries, how you doing? Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Today is your reading for 2025 February. Let's see what comes up for you. I hope you're doing well. I don't know about you, but January, she's been a lot. Like a lot in my side. Very intense energies, you guys. Very intense energies. A lot of changes, a lot of shedding, a lot of letting go of the old programming is coming up this year for everybody, for the collective. So just be aware of that. So that's never easy. That's never an easy process. People think, oh, it's great, just letting go. But letting go can be very painful. Letting go can be shocking. So just be a little bit aware of that. Okay, my hair is in my face. Okay. All right, so let's see what comes up for you guys. Aries, there we go. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so first thing is first, the cards are saying that you have definitely invested wisely. So there is something that you have been working on, investing in, putting your time into, your thoughts maybe even. So there is something, there's a seed that you have planted or want to plant. And essentially they're saying that this is a very good seed. This is a very good thought. This is a very good idea. This is an abundant idea. It's an idea that definitely will bring about something. However, it's not something that's going to happen like immediately. This is something that is going to take time. It's going to take planning. It's going to take thinking. So just be a little bit aware of that. So one of the things that I heard though, separate to the business thing, so this is kind of like business, could be relationships, but it's mostly just business, like investing into something again, like I said. But essentially what came up that was very interesting, I heard boundaries. Even though it was balance, the card, I heard boundaries in my head. And then relationships came up. So Aries, there is something here happening within your relationships. I feel like some of you have actually lost like somebody in your life. There's been a change in friendships, maybe a change in relationships, maybe family, friends, or whatever. And essentially they're saying boundaries. So I'm assuming that this is something that means that either that person or you need to establish better boundaries, or boundaries have been set and it's changed the dynamic of the relationship. The balance and the boundaries can also have something to do with one another. So it could also be that the relationship needed more balance in order for there to be the boundaries. So excuse me. So essentially this is coming up, guys. So you let me know in the comments below what this means to you, because obviously there is something here. And I feel, sorry, I'm just tapping in. There's just some kind of a change happening within you in how you deal with relationships and how you deal with people and how you see relationships. This could even be like romantic relationships, like you no longer are putting up with certain behaviors and so you're setting boundaries for yourself, and therefore it is actually restoring balance within yourself and within your life. And this is obviously going to have a ripple effect on other aspects of your life. And this is something actually to do with childhood as well. So the boundaries that need to be set is something that maybe you were not taught as a child, or maybe you were never given the right advice on how to set boundaries. Maybe you didn't have the best example of parents of what real boundaries are. So this is not just something that's healing your present, but this is also healing your inner child. It's helping your inner child wounding. And I feel like it's going to have a massive ripple effect on other aspects of your life. It's going to teach you something really profound that is going to make an impact for the rest of your life. So this is pretty epic, you guys. All right, so let's see if we have one more card. I'm going to make it a little bit quicker today, the reading, but the messages are coming through and they're to the point usually. Sometimes it's nice just to get a quick message as opposed to like those epically long messages, which for me personally, they're nice, but then like, I don't remember half the stuff that the reader says. So let's see. Oh, okay, they definitely want to say something else. So let's see what else they have to say. Another message for Aries. Yeah, guys, and leave a comment below and let me know how 2025 has treated you so far. I'm in LA, so I've had to deal with the LA fires. Yeah, it's been intense. It's been interesting. So the closing message for you: passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. A couple of things here. So number one, this is actually both to do with the business and the seed, and also to do with the relationship. So when you're healing this relationship as well, you're going to be attracting healthier and better relationships that are also going to help you within your business, within manifesting the very things that you want to grow, because your boundaries are more powerful, and that makes you more powerful in general. So you're actually standing your ground, you're owning your power, you're owning yourself, as opposed to people pleasing or just doing things just to get what you want. You trust that now you're an attractor as opposed to chasing something. Okay, Aries. So there's this sense that you're kind of sitting on your throne and kind of waiting for things to come to you, so you don't have to get up and go to it. Let's make that thing clear. Let's make that clear. Okay, guys. Well, best of luck. Very interesting. Amazing for you. And I'm very excited. All the best. Hello, Taurus. How you doing? How's it going? Welcome to your reading for 2025, February. Let's see what's coming up for you. So, you guys, I don't know about you, but 2025... yeah, I've had a very, very intense January. I think I'm going to make a video about it. I don't know. I'm trying to like process things and everything. So I hope on your end it's been better and not as intense as mine. All right, Taurus, let's see what's coming up. Okay, so you have a major arcana immediately in the number 11. So there's a couple of things that are saying to that are like reaching out to me right now. So strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, forgiveness. So Taurus, I feel like you got to remember that just because you're kind doesn't mean you're weak. There is a way to be powerful and strong, yet being kind and holding your ground. Oh my God, I'm mixing my words. So for some of you, that's a very important reminder. But for others of you, I feel like you're shutting down, you're hardening up, you're kind of pushing people away, and it's making you a little bit closed. Yeah, closed I think is the word. So essentially it's just reminding you of the times that you have felt powerful. But I'm not talking about the times that you yelled or you let it out, which by the way, sometimes that is necessary. But what about the times where you've really left an impact on someone just by being yourself, just by authentically expressing yourself, but the power that came from it was from your emotions, from your authenticity, from tuning into that frequency, and you spoke that divine truth as opposed to just trying to influence the person with your words or with your actions. So they're just reminding you also that you have this power within you. So if somebody's taking your power away, claim that power back, restore that power, and remember that you always have that power. So if you don't feel like you have that power, sorry for the harshness, but what I'm hearing is that you're giving your power away. You're allowing this person to treat you that way, and you need to just simply put your foot down and say, absolutely not. This is how you need to treat me. So you have to set the example and show the boundaries and what you want from that person. You cannot expect that person to know how to treat you. And if you don't have those boundaries, sorry, I'm taking my socks off, it's hot. So if you don't have those boundaries, then people are just going to continue basically doing that to you, and that lesson's never going to really heal. So you're going to keep reattracting that kind of cycle again. So if you want to break that cycle, you need to break the pattern, essentially. But aside from that, there's things that to celebrate. So there's rewards for your hard work. Release yourself from the burdensome situation. Again, I'm hearing that you need to let go of it. And I'm seeing a relationship here, guys. Now, this is usually a happy card. So for some of you, this is, because again, this is a general reading. So whatever resonates with you here. For some of you, I feel like it's letting go of something, some kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic or friendship. It could be a business relationship, or letting go of an idea, or letting go of a way of doing something. But for some of you, it is literally letting go of this relationship, breaking away, breaking free from it, returning the relationship to yourself, to your true self. That's what I'm hearing here. And again, sorry guys, I'm going to have my tea. Oh, so good. It says here, you're made of pure magic. Isn't it cute? You can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing clearly. Okay, so a few things I'm hearing here, guys. A lot of the times we think we are trapped, but it is our mind that is trapping us. It is our mind that's making excuses. It is our ego that is keeping us in the same situation, because the ego, remember, does not like change. So whenever you want to make that change, it essentially creates this intense fear, this intense subconscious fear, the what if, but you know, and sometimes what I'm also hearing is a lot of you are putting the other person or the other situation before your actual needs, which is also what is keeping you there, which is a false program. So a false program essentially is something that was put into you, not essentially a true program, which is who you really are. Yeah. Let me check something. Sorry about that. So, Taurus, so essentially the theme here, guys, is to really let go of something, break free, move away, shift from within, and reflection outside. So, to close the reading today, let's get one more card, a final message, and let's see what the cards have in store for you. Ooh, Major Arcana. Oh, wow. Love it. New beginnings. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So there's this fear, guys, if you're going to make this change, that something better is not going to come along, that something new isn't going to come along. I feel like there's partly a fear of loneliness and partly a fear of, again, the what if it's worse. And this card is just essentially reassuring you that absolutely not. It's just resetting something. It's starting something new. It's the opportunity for a new venture, for a new experience in this life. And if this situation isn't serving you and it's causing you pain, it's time to move on. It's time to try the new venture, because at the end of the day, you've got nothing to lose. All right, Taurus. Excuse me. All right, Taurus, well, best of luck, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up, Gemini? How you doing? What are you doing? What's going on? All right, guys, well, I hope 2025 has been kind to you thus far. I don't know about you. I'm a Gemini. And, you know, I got bitch slap this year already. It's been super intense, super painful, to be quite honest. Yeah. You know. Anyway, the point is, how are you doing? Leave a comment below if you feel the same. These energies have been so intense for 2025. I knew it was going to be intense, but I was not expecting this. Did not see this one coming. Anyway, so let's see what's coming up for you for February 2025, Gemini. Oh, nice. Okay. This is for me too, by the way, so that's not like, ah. Oh, okay, there we go. Ah. Okay. So Gemini, this is interesting because this is something that I've been struggling with. I'm normally a very powerful manifester, and this year I've been finding it very challenging to manifest. I think it's because of all these challenges that have been coming up, has been like creating suffering and frustration and fear and all this sort of things. And so essentially it's kind of lowered my vibration. Normal, right? So when this happens, essentially we kind of lose a little bit of faith. We kind of have a hard time, like, you know, staying positive and pushing through. And we often sometimes lose faith in the manifestation, the ability to manifest and the ability to change your life, right? So the cards essentially are reminding you that that is absolutely not the case, is that basically we still have that power. It's just a transition phase. It's a time of transformation. So there's a time for healing and a time of manifesting. And this is not the time of manifesting. However, in February, I'm hearing that there's going to be the start of that manifestation signs again, that basically it is time finally to start putting that energy into it. So, yeah, so January has been more of like a healing kind of phase and like trying to process, and now February is the beginning of planting their seeds and kind of starting to see where you want to go. And so prosperity with wise planning. So February is really a time to plan. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Where do you see the end of your year? What is happening, you know, within you, and what are the things that you're ready to let go of, and what are the things that you're ready to bring in. So essentially it's really a time to think, plan, and really put together something that makes sense, that I'm even hearing something that could be very different to what you normally thought or planned originally. So be open to trying new things, be open to taking on a new adventure, even like thinking outside the box, because if something is really meant for you, doesn't matter where you go, eventually it's going to bring you back to it. Okay, so you can't really mess that up, and I think it's really important to hear that sometimes. I was listening to a podcast today where somebody said, you know, we all have this vague blueprint, so it doesn't really matter what we do. In the end, we will always end up with somewhat of that plan, but we still have free will within that. And then the other card is make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. So I think one of the things that I'm hearing is that once you set your intention in motion, the right people are going to align with it. So I don't know about you, but I've set an intention this year in January, and the people that I thought were in alignment with me kind of didn't happen. And so one of the things that was like, oh, okay, that was a shock. But then I reminded myself again, rejection is protection. And even though at the time we feel that that was the situation, that was the business deal, that was the thing, we have to really go back down and trust it. Like, if it was the thing, it would have worked out. I did everything right. I did everything that I could. I presented myself the best way possible. I have all of the credentials and the things that you could think that would get you in the door, and they still said no. So at this point, I'm like, well, then it was out of my hands. There's nothing I can do about this. This is a situation that just was not meant to happen, but for some reason, I was meant to be here. I don't know why, I don't know how, and I don't have to understand why or how. But what I do know is that it's just one step forward, even though it may feel as a step back. I think that reading was also for me. I love the downloads because I was like, oh, I need to hear this. And it just comes through me because trust me, I was not thinking about that. So let's get a final message for you, Gemini. And I'm sure there's somebody out there who needed to hear that too. It's not just about me, obviously, but release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heal all wounds. I was not planning to get emotional. This very much resonates with me. I think I am going to make a video, so please, if you get time, check it out so I can go a little bit more into detail about it. But I had something really horrible happen 2 days ago. For those of you who know, I rescue, and I had a fear with the fire, LA fires, and I had to evacuate. So because I care about my animals so much, I decided to take my 21 hamsters to a rescue. And unfortunately, the rescue killed 3 of my hamsters, and out of neglect. So this is a card that very much resonates with me in the sense of release the past, you will grow from the situation, time heal all wounds. So I don't know what you've been going through, Gemini, and I don't know what it is that you're holding on to. But this is just a reminder that time does really heal a lot of the wounds, especially things that have just happened. Let's just hope that they will be a memory. So whatever this pain, this suffering, also I'm hearing, call upon your angels to comfort you, because this is a time to heal. Like January has been a time to heal. February is a time to create, like I said. So this January is really a time to release these toxic patterns, these traumas, these unwanted, horrible experiences that unfortunately are part of life. And even though it just doesn't make any freaking sense sometimes why these things happen and why we attract people like this, even though you think that you've done everything right, they're there for a reason. And we don't, like I said, we don't always have to know why. We just need to keep getting up and doing better and healing and not allowing the darkness to take over, to still be the light in these moments, no matter what. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, if this is something that you resonated with. I'm assuming not the hamsters, but you know what I mean, pain and suffering and loss and deceivement and putting trust into someone and that person completely letting you down and essentially lying to you. You know, I think people who are not healed, who are not self-aware, are the most dangerous people, because they're the people who mean to do well, but their actions never reflect who they are, and essentially they become deceitful. And I think this is the kind of situation that happened with me, and I'm sure this is something that you have also been through. So we don't have to understand them. We don't even have to really forgive them, to be quite honest. I mean, if you want to, that's great, if you can be the bigger person. But I think it's really about, were there some red flags? Was there something that you knew that was off? And if you didn't see it, that's okay. It's not about guilt. It's about, how can I prevent this from happening again? How can I protect myself and my loved ones? How can I still be the light in this horrible situation, essentially? Woo, that was a heavy one. All right, Gemini, I love you. Best of luck, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up, Cancer? How you doing? Welcome to your reading for February 2025. How's it going? I hope you are having a better year than me. I'm starting this off with every sign, so if you see the other signs, I'm going to say the same thing because I just want to share this with everybody. I don't know about you, but 2025 has been extremely intense, extremely painful, extremely, oh my God. But nonetheless, let's just chin up and keep moving forward. So hopefully you've had a better year, start of the year than me. But let's see what's coming up for you for 2025. A lot, apparently. Okay, 4 cards for you guys. All right. 2 major arcanas. Bam. All right. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for you guys. Ooh, okay. So I heard control. Cancer, are you being controlling, or is somebody in your field controlling you? This is causing a lot of stress and a lot of strain, whether you are being controlling or being controlled by somebody else. And so essentially what I heard, and this is also what the card says, is like, let the details to others. Just do what you need to do in order to get ahead. You know what that means? I don't know what that means. Okay, so there's a bit of worry here, guys. There's a little bit of like overthinking, worrying about the future, worrying about possibilities, opportunities, worrying about this working out, that not working out, worrying maybe about other people, how they react, how they might not react. So there's a little bit of worry. So essentially the cards are reminding you to bring back a little bit of joy into your life. It's very important because this energy and this frequency is basically holding you down, and it's also stagnating your success. So if you've been wondering why things haven't been working out, it's because your frequency has been lowered a little bit. And if this is somebody else that's lowering your frequency, then you need to change that. But success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience forgiving and healing energy. So what I'm hearing, guys, is that you really need to do a little bit of zenness, a little bit of healing, meditating, processing, journaling, maybe go and talk to your therapist. I don't know. There's something here that you need to just essentially help yourself get through, because I feel like you're holding on to it. So if you could just find a way to release this frequency, or at least give yourself the grace to process it in such a way where it's no longer causing this suffering, it's going to essentially open up doors again. So again, I don't like so much people saying, oh, just smile and be happy and just be positive. I'm like, yeah, well, thank you. I'm trying that. But it's like, in order to get there, what makes you happy? What are the things that bring you joy? If you need a break, then take a break. If you want to listen to a certain type of music that makes you feel good, do that. If, I don't know, there's just something that you need to connect with, a frequency that brings back that lightness and a little bit of like, take a breather. Okay? It doesn't have to always be so serious or so intense, or everything doesn't have to be like, you know, even negative, I'm hearing, you know. So take a step back for a minute and just let it go, and just, how can I attend to myself? How can I make myself feel better? How can I relax a little bit more? What do I need right now to help me elevate my frequency and align me with my desire? All right, and next thing, let's get one more card for you. One more message that will close up the reading. She jumped out. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. So attachment and outcome, okay? So you're attached to something. You're attached to an idea. You're attached to someone, literally. You're attached to whatever. You know what that is, right? So attachment often in time, though, has a lot of fear behind it, right? Because if we're attached, it's almost like I'm holding on to it, and I'm afraid if I let it go, it's going to run away, or it's just going to disappear. So if something's really meant for you guys, I feel like we have to just trust it. And again, rejection is protection. So if it doesn't come back to you, accepting that, I know, can be very difficult, but accepting that and trusting that something better is going to come in after that. So that's why the letting go is so important, because we're actually holding on to something that is less than what we're actually worthy of. So learning to let that go essentially will invite and allow and make space for the new thing to come in, and it's going to be much better. It has to be. Because when you have self-respect and when you have the right boundaries and the right perception, the universe has no other option but to bring you that. So are you giving your power away? Are you giving your power into fear? Are you looking at things from a point of view of lack or of abundance? All right. Well, best of luck, my friends, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Leo. How are we doing? Woo, 2025, you guys. How's it been for you? I hope you've all been safe and you haven't been affected by the LA fires. I live in LA and it's been a trip. Not a fun trip, but it's been a trip. So let's see what the cards have in store for you for 2025 February. All right. So okay. So a few things came up. Okay, guys. So balance and justice. So I feel like it really is something it has something to do with you guys wanting to go back to study or starting. You're thinking about expanding your schooling, starting some kind of a project or a business. Essentially, there's like this idea of restoring balance, of educating yourself. For some of you, I'm even seeing like law school, which I've never seen before, but that's like becoming a lawyer or having something to do with that, or actually could even be like thinking about a legal case or a legal situation that maybe your loved one's going through, and just educating yourself so you can give them the right information. This is very interesting downloads, by the way. You please leave me a comment below and let me know if this is resonating with anyone, because it's very interesting. But essentially what they're saying is that if you're getting that intuition, then follow through with it, because your intuition's on spot, on the right track. And whether this again is to do with studying a business or going back to school or whatever, they're just encouraging you to do that. But also opportunities are going to come in for you. So essentially this frequency, the situation that you're in is bringing in also like energies, opportunities, discussions. Very interesting, you guys. Yeah, but essentially February is the time to basically for you guys to roll up your sleeves and kind of get to work. So figuring it out. Excuse me. The other thing that I'm also hearing, guys, is that some of you are having like a dispute with somebody. So this could be a family member or a friend or an actual legal dispute. So you got to kind of stand up for what you believe in. There's like this going back and forth about something, or like negotiation even is in the cards. So there is this kind of essentially restoring the balance, and it's requiring you to step up and do some work, more research, educating yourself, whether it's even like healing, right? Or whether it's like understanding the other person's point of view by like, let's just say the person's narcissistic, so you have to understand narcissists and why would somebody do something like that or think like that. So there's a bit of all of this. It's very mix and match, but I'm sure, I hope it's making sense to you. But I do see other things working out very well and aligning, so especially financially and professionally. So there might be some chaos privately in the relationships, but there is some good things coming in with the financial side of things, especially with investing for some reason. So let's take one more card to close up the reading. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. So again, I see money here, guys. I see planning for money, even investing. I'm hearing some of you are thinking about investing your money into a business or some kind of something. So I feel like you're also receiving downloads and guidance. So it's like this angel or this loved one who's passed on, or your spirit guides are encouraging you. They're trying to give you signs and information to essentially go down that path. So if you are getting those intuitive signs, essentially the cards are saying you need to start listening to them, because they're actually going to get you on the right path. Yeah. I think that's it, guys. I think that's the point of this reading for you for February, which is kind of very short to the point. But, you know, again, I feel like if I give you too much of a long reading, sometimes you get so much information that it's hard to remember everything. And I personally like to just give a one-off to the point, because then you can really process it and think about it. And by the way, this is, of course, a general reading. So if it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry about it and just move on. All right, guys, thank you so much for sharing the space with me today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Libra! Hello, Libra. How you doing? Welcome to your reading for February 2025. Let's see what the cards have in store for you. I hope your 2025 has been better than mine. Mine has been epic, and unfortunately not the way I would like it to be epic. Oh my gosh, you guys. A lot of cards want to come out. Ugh. Okay, let's see. So we already started off with like 2 major arcanas. Okay. All right, so. Excuse me, my pants. There's a better course of action for you guys. So essentially, I feel like you need to take a leap of faith. It's like this decision that you got to make. And what I'm hearing very strongly for your reading is essentially that you guys need to make this decision from the heart. It's not a logic decision. Oh my God, I can't speak. So it's not a logical decision. It's a decision of passion. It's a decision. Oh my God, I cannot speak. Decision of love. This is something that sometimes does not make sense on the outside, but it makes sense to you. You know why you're pursuing this. You know why you're doing this, and it just makes sense. So the cards are reminding you that you do have another option. If some of you feel stuck and you're like, I really want this, but I feel like I have no choice, they're saying, yeah, you do. You just need to look at it from a different point of view. For some of you, this is also relationships, taking a leap of faith in a relationship. So I feel like some of you are friends and you're like, should I go there with this person or not? And they're saying, yeah, take that leap of faith, because even though they're different, they're not a bad different, they're like a good different. They're different from what you're used to, which means you're going to break the pattern. You're not going to repeat the same cycle over and over again, and you're not going to recreate the past relationships. So you're inviting in essentially a new experience and a new frequency. So the other thing that they're saying as well is like working alone may not be the best answer. So I think for some of you as well as like the stubbornness of wanting to do everything by yourself, not asking for help, I can handle this. And they're basically saying like, you can, but like, why would you? You know, there's no reason for you to not allow people to help you, to be with you along the path. And I think there's some level of trust issues here. So this is why you need to break the cycle, right? You need to regain that trust. You need to reestablish that faith in people, in yourself, in relationships, because that is essentially going to change the frequency. It's going to change your experience on the outside. So if you really want that, you got to make the change. You can't expect the change to come from the outside, right? Okay, so let's get one more card and close the reading. That was quick. This situation doesn't serve you. Release attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. Okay, so I got this card for another sign. Oh. Okay, so what this card, I mean, I'm just going to repeat very similar message to the other one. Attachment, right, guys? So there's an attachment to an idea, to your ego. Attachment equals lack. Attachment means I am afraid that if I let this go, something worse or something bad's going to happen. So this is why we need to let it go, because if something's meant for you, it will either come back, and if it's not meant for you, then it will go, but something better will come in. So holding on to things essentially creates tension. It can create more friction. It can create suffering. So we want to ease that suffering. So we want to uplift the frequency. And so it's like you're carrying this weight and you're carrying this burden, and they're essentially saying, let it go. Just trust that if it's meant to happen, it will happen. And if it's not, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're not going to try. It just means you're going to try with the right intention, towards the right direction, and therefore everything else will clear itself out. But if you're holding on to something that is just not working, or it's causing pain, or it's causing this weight, then you're essentially slowing down your evolution, your manifestation, or whatever it is. All right, guys. Well, best of luck, Libra. I hope that you work it out, whatever it is, and leave a comment below and let me know if this reading resonated with you. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Scorpio. Hi. How's it going? How is your 2025, you guys? Because I don't know about you, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot. All right, so let's, okay, relax. Let's see what this reading has in store for you for 2025 February. Ooh, okay, so straight away, I'm getting a couple of things, guys. So, I mean, I'm hearing that you guys are maybe even like disagreements, struggling to get along with a situation with a partner, or even just to get some level of peace. So this basically, you need to be a little bit more objective about the situation. I think there's a lot of emotions involved. There's a lot of expectations. There's a lot of like, kind of like, I wanted this to be this way, and if it's not this way, then I'm upset about it. It's very simple, by the way, how I'm wording it, but that's what's coming out. So essentially they're saying that, you know, you just need to have a little bit more self-control here and a little bit more patience, because if you could just step back a little bit, then you can finally see the situation for what it is and understand that that person, that situation isn't trying to be against you. They're just not understanding your vision or what you desire, and so you might not be communicating it the right way. You might not be expressing how you desire this or how you wish them to be the way that they can actually give it to you. So there has to be a sense of you stepping back in order to assess, and then you can ask or step forward. When you give, you also receive. So again, there's this like too much. And so when you give, how can you be the bigger person in the situation, even though it's not right? It's not about right or wrong here. It's like, how can I be the bigger person? How can I be the person that I say that I am, right? Because even though we might be the most zen, like mature person, but there are just some situations, right, that just trigger things out of us that make us feel like we're kids again, or that we stepped back 20 years. So how can you begin to embody that truth, that wisdom that you have within you, where you know what the right thing to do is, even though it doesn't feel right sometimes, and it's not always right, but that's what they're saying, because once you do that, you'll get a lot more of what you want. And being resistant to change, again, so there's this resistance, right? There is like, I'm right and you're wrong, or I'm like, I want it this way. So there's not a lot of flexibility, essentially, that I'm hearing. It's like there's a bit too much rigidity going on. Extremes in how you save or spend money as well. So like, I don't feel like it's so much about money here, although it may be. I feel like it's more about extremes in opinions, extremes in energy, extremes in reaction, extremes in emotions. And so again, this card totally makes sense now, right? So strength and grace through kindness. So how can you find your strength and your grace through being kind? You don't always have to have that harshness. Or again, this could also be somebody who's doing that to you, by the way. So when I'm talking this way, like, you got to remember that you might be on the other end of it, and you might have somebody who is this harsh with you. So there's a sense of like needing to find some level of forgiveness, of cooling down the emotion so that everything can get a little bit clearer. All right, guys, thank you so much for sharing the space with me today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Sagittarius. All right, so I gave you a reading before, but the camera stopped, so I have no idea when it stopped. So I'm going to give you the reading again. All right, so I hope 2025 has been going well. This is your reading for February. And let's see what's coming up. So essentially in the reading before the camera cut out, a few things came up. So one of those was essentially reminding yourself of being in the frequency of gratitude, right? So there's a lot of focusing on the lack of things and not getting the things that you want. There's also a sense of like stagnation. Like life isn't just going down the direction that you really dreamt of or wanted, or you're just trying to get through to save money. So the cards are essentially reminding you to bring back that gratitude. What are you grateful for? And even though you may not have a lot, there's always something to be grateful for, because gratitude is the true frequency of abundance. When you are grateful, the more grateful you are, the more the universe is going to give you things to be grateful for. But when we focus on lack, the universe is going to be like, okay, here's more things to be upset about. So a very happy ending, coming to full circle, situation, growth, and insights. So 2025 is the year of the snake, so it's a lot of shedding, okay? So when we shed, we always think that this is just like, oh, it's easy, just letting go, right? It's like, absolutely not. When we're shedding, sometimes this means that the old traumas, the old patterns that we haven't healed, experiences tend to come to the surface, because the universe is like, hey, you need to deal with this in order to move forward. You need to heal this, or we can't get to where we want to go. And so right now, a lot of people are experiencing a lot of intense things. And for you, it's kind of like coming to a full circle. There's something that is finally finishing and cleaning out. There was also a sense of, for you guys, to bring back romance, bring back love, bring back passion, bring back that vitality into your essence, into your life, right? Whether it's to listen to music, whether it's to play music, whether it's to go and watch a film, whatever that was, being in nature, daydreaming again, like you need to bring back that life force that lives within you. Do what you love, a time of great personal growth in your career and artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. So again, it's like pursuing your passions here, guys, whatever that means to you. And it can be in your job, and just bringing back that magic in your job, so that it's not just this monotonous thing. It's like, what can I be grateful for even in this job? Even the things that we may love and one time we dreamt to have, and then we get it, and then we're just like, then it just becomes a normal job, right? So how can you bring back that, like, I'm so excited for this day, and I'm so excited for this job, that, you know, whatever that means to you. Congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move to the next project, award, scholarship, and promotion. So essentially there's a sense of moving forward, Sagittarius. There's a sense of change. There's a sense of it's time to get to the next thing. So if there are things that are showing up in your reality right now that are challenging or difficult, ask yourself again, is this from my past? Is this something that I never faced? Is this something that I need to heal? Is this something that I need to change and let go of? So in order to move forward, there has to be some healing and detoxing. But once you've done that, you're going to be taken off. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this made sense, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, what's up, Capricorn? How's it going? Welcome to your reading for February 2025. I hope you're doing well. Whew, what a year, huh? It's only January when I'm doing this. Okay, so let's see what's coming up for you for February. So already, guys, make a decision. So I just heard this strongly in my head, even though this is kind of like a detox card. The reason why you're not moving forward or things aren't happening for you, it's because you're having a hard time making up your mind about something, or you're just not sure, or you're insecure about the decision. You're afraid of making the wrong choice, whatever that may be. Oh my gosh. So the cards are encouraging you basically to take charge and just say, hey, you know, I got to trust that I know what is best, and not to be afraid of making mistakes, because that is just also part of life. And a mistake isn't always a mistake. Sometimes a mistake is just redirection, or it's an experience that we needed to learn in order to know and trust ourselves more. So there is a kind of sense of that, right? And also tuning into yourself, taking time to be quiet and meditate, and really listening to who you are, what you want, trying to find your authenticity again. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So even though things may not be working out the way that you want them to, think about that silver lining. Think about, you know, I have to say this because this is something that's really been resonating with me lately. It's like rejection is protection. And sometimes we did everything right. We showed up, we did the work, we're prepared, and the opportunity showed up and it just didn't work out. And so when that kind of situation happens, we often go, well, then it wasn't meant to be. No, it was meant to be, because if you're prepared and you've done the work and you were ready and it didn't work out, then it was meant to be that way. Because what else could have happened, right? So the silver lining is there's a lesson in that, and that could just be the sign that you're one step closer to where you need to be. And oftentimes we give up right there and then. And so I was listening to a podcast today which really resonated with me. Somebody said, you know, if you think about somebody who's very successful and they get rejected, they don't just sit there and go, oh no, that's it, I'm going to quit, right? They're like, okay, cool. They just move on to the next thing. So that's an abundant mindset. An abundant mindset is, this didn't work out because it wasn't meant to work out. That's perfectly fine. What next? They just expect the next thing to show up. So this is kind of where you need to be at. Follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. Sorry, I gotta laugh. That was hilarious. I don't think I've ever done that before. Woo! All right, so I've been doing all the signs, so by the end of it, I'm getting tired. That's my excuse. Okay, so there's been some basically downloads that you've been receiving about loved ones, right? So there's maybe this gut feeling that somebody isn't doing as well as they may appear, or maybe something's going on, or they're not basically being honest about the situation, or just whatever it is. I mean, you know what that is for you. So they're basically saying, you know, listen to that. It doesn't mean that you have to take action on it. It just simply means hold that awareness, because it's going to allow you to make the right reaction to maybe help the person if needed, or yourself, to protect yourself. So it's very important at this time that you are, again, being that authentic self and tuning in. Okay, a final card for the reading. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarship or pursuit of education. Time to get to work. So this card essentially means that doors are going to be opening up for you finally. Things are going to come in, whether it's people, places, and things. So just be receptive, just be ready, because that thing that you think didn't work out might have just closed one door to open up a new one. All right, guys. Well, Capricorn, I'll talk to you soon. Best of luck. Leave a comment below if this resonated. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Aquarius. How are ya? Oh, okay. That was... this is your reading for 2025 February. I hope you've been having a good year thus far. I hope everything's working out. I know it's been a very challenging year for a lot of people. For me, for a lot of my loved ones, my friends. It's been one of those. So, chin up. Let's see what February is bringing up. And if you've had a good January, don't feel guilty about it. You should celebrate that because somebody's going to be happy here. All right, so let's see what comes up. I keep laughing because I did a reading before for Capricorn and I spoke like this. I had a lisp that came out of nowhere. It was really funny. Okay, guys, so let's see what's coming up for you. So trust is the word that I've been hearing, guys. So there is, okay, interesting. So Aquarius, there's been a sense of like reestablishing a new wave of trust within you. It's been challenged, which is why it's been hard, but the cards are saying that you can definitely trust and you're essentially being tested at this time within your own trust, within your own intuition. It's one of those things that we internally get there, but it's the outside that takes time to catch up to the inner reality. So that's where the trust comes in, right? It's like if you hold that frequency, everything else eventually will fall into place. It's just you gotta sit and wait and be patient and trust. So this is why this card is coming up. And also don't lose your vision on the big picture on why you started this, whatever that is, whatever that is. Yes. And yes, it is, follow your creative passions, follow your passion, whatever that means. They're just reaffirming. It's just going to take that trust. It's going to take the work. And by the way, when we think about trust, guys, also, we think it's a lot of to do with an internal thing, but trust also means how we behave, the actions that we take, how we react to people, places, and things. Because our reactions, are we reacting as the old version of ourselves or are we reacting as the new version of ourselves? So the version of me that is abundant, happy, and wealthy is a very different version of me who's in lack, fear, and poverty. So when you react to situations that on the outside may not appear as reflecting on the inside, again, you're just reaffirming that reality. So what do you want to reaffirm? Do you want to reaffirm the abundance or do you want to reaffirm the lack? So they're just reminding you of this. And fight for justice and equality. Ruling made in your favor. Don't give up. So again, everything is just balancing out right now. Things are kind of catching up. So don't give up. Don't let go of that inner strength, that inner vision, that hope. I keep coming back to hope. So let's get the final card for you. Final message of the day. Let's see what comes up for you guys. One more card, please. Here it is. Ask your angels for help. Oh my God. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load, working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So Aquarius, when you hear this, what does that mean to you, right? Did you hear working too hard, or did you hear trying to please other people, or did you hear ask for help? So essentially, whatever resonated with you, that's what you need to start doing. And other things that you can do, guys, you got to remember that you have a spiritual team and the angels are helpers. So it's always fun for me just to take a moment and just close my eyes and say, hey, angels, I really need help, and I give you full permission. The angels cannot help you unless you give them permission. There's free will. So ask. Don't be afraid to ask. You are worthy, and it will help you to move forward and get what you want, essentially. So don't be afraid of that. All right, guys. Well, I hope this reading resonated. If it did, let me know. And I will talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Woo! Hello, Pisces. How are we going? 2025, February. This is your reading. Let's see what's going to come up for you. By the way, how's 2025 treating you so far? Yeah, I know. Itchy nose. It's been intense, you guys, for everyone. Year of the snake, shedding the old. Shedding the old can be very painful. It can it can also mean reliving lessons that have not, oh my God, my hair, that have not been healed. So they're coming to the surface so that we can get finally rid of them or heal them or process them, whatever it may be. So don't be afraid if it's been challenging. Okay, so lessons of love came here. Okay, so some of them, it's like a relationship that hasn't been working out, or that you need to move on from a type of relationship. This could be business, this could be romantic, this could be friendship, okay? So, but I'm hearing lessons of love, and it really comes down to loving yourself. So in what ways are you not nurturing yourself? You're not loving yourself. You're not setting the right boundaries. How are you teaching other people how to love you? We often give the power to others, but we forget we have that power within us, right? So the ability to make anything more beautiful, practical, and wise advice. So what I'm hearing here essentially is like, look at the people who do like themselves, who do have successful relationships, who do have happy relationships. Look at what they're doing and learn from that. You don't go to somebody who is in an unhappy relationship to take love advice. You go to somebody whose relationship you admire, that relationship that you're like, I would love something like that in my reality. So it's about making emotional decisions, commitments, but essentially to love and to love yourself. And when you do that, those rewards come back. So again, this could be an actual romantic relationship, or this could be financials, this could be work-wise, this could be career, this could be projects. Love can mean many things. So there is something better waiting for you. Do what is right for you. So again, I'm feeling like you're compromising a lot. You're giving somebody a lot of power. Maybe you're loving somebody, project, place, and thing again. So always when I say somebody, take that into consideration. You're giving them more than you're actually getting back. And so you're in an energy of lack, not of abundance. When you're in an energy of abundance, you're already in a place where you feel whole, perfect, and complete. And this person is essentially adding more to your life, giving you more blessing, giving you more love. And so you're already in a place where you're full. That person should not fill your cup or try to get them to fill your cup, if that makes any sense. All right, and then let's get the final message. If I can get the card. Final message for you today. It's okay, they wanted to come out. Strength. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. So I feel like this is really have something to do with you, even maybe with your past. So what is it that you need to forgive? My hair today is like not listening to me, so whatever. And it's through being kind and gentle, not forceful and pushing or projecting. It's really about just being soft, gentle, kind, becoming more of an observer as opposed to a doer or trying to change things or fix things, if that makes any sense, right? And so that also takes self-confidence, because when we are trying to fix and repair everything, there's a sense of fear behind that, like something's wrong, as opposed to everything's okay, I know it's going to work itself out, I'm going to be here, and if they need me, I'm here. Things will reveal themselves to me. I don't have to look for them or chase them or figure it out. I hope that makes sense. Well, if that resonated, leave a comment below and let me know. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for sharing this space with me today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.